So many times when you look on any deer hunting episode, including our own at times at North American Whitetail TV, you know, you see this beautiful black soil and it's turned over and it's powdery, and a lot of people don't realize at times there's a lot of work that goes into getting that well turned over and prepared black dirt. So today we're starting to prepare our food plot areas for cultivated forage. You have got to have a good seed bed. That is the foundation to making sure that you get good seed to soil contact, and that seed can then sprout and grow into something that we're looking to provide forage for our deer and wildlife with. So your seed bed is critical. You can't just walk out the door into your designated food plot area, throw a bunch of seed down and hope to have, you know, par germination. You need to have a good seed bed. And prior to even turning the soil over, there is management of sod and growth that has come up in that area. We've got a couple different plot areas. One, we've tilled just a little bit. The other one is a plot that I hit with a small disc earlier in the year, about 5 to 6 weeks ago. And the whole point of hitting it with a disc at that point in time was to make sure that we had a little bit of weed control, going ahead and knock down some of those plant species that we didn't want to deal with when we came back in with the rotary tiller. So for that plot specifically, we're going to be employing a tiller, a rototiller. So a forward time tiller. It's the R272 by Woods Equipment. This is a front time tiller that we are going to be using to break up the soil. So we're gonna hook it up to the 3-point attachment. It's run by PTO. It's a gear-driven system. Just think your good old garden tiller, but on steroids and 72 inches wide. So everywhere we go with the tractor, we're gonna be able to cut that dirt up right behind us, turn it over, and get a good seed bed worked up, depending, you know, kind of on moisture content and where we're at. Now, what we're gonna do here today is plant warm season food plots, all right? But before we can plant any plots, we gotta have a good seed bed. And that means that we've gotta use some sort of a tillage equipment piece. So that's what we've got here. Do you guys know what this is? Remember what it is?
A rotary tiller.
Yep, you got it. All right, so this is that Woods rotary tiller that we just got. Now, you guys remember the tiller that we use in the garden that takes me forever to get the garden worked up?
Yep.
Yep, well, this is like that times 10. See how there's all these different rows of those tiller tines? Okay, and this is a forward tiller. So what it does is it actually rotates in a forward direction. So see how those blades are shiny right there on the edge?
Yep.
They're that way because they're going over, and every time they hit the dirt, they're getting shined up a little bit more and a little bit more. But what that does is that takes that soil and cuts it and turns it. And because they go over forward, it's easier on the machine as well, because we're moving forward and there's not as much pressure, because there's a reverse tine tiller too, and those things are even bigger and badder and beefier. But man, this thing's awesome, and it's gonna help us get this dirt turned over, and it's gonna give us a real good seed bed. And then we're gonna come back in, we're gonna plant our warm season food plots. And you guys remember what we're gonna plant? No? It's all good. We're gonna plant some soybeans and some cowpeas here. So we're gonna have those soybeans because they're gonna be here to provide protein through the summer. And then on the back end, they're gonna provide some winter nutrition to help build those fat reserves. And then we're also gonna have those peas. Those peas are gonna trellis up those soybean shoots like you wouldn't believe, all right? So we're just giving them more and more and more food so that they always have an option here on this farm. And no matter what time of year it is or what kind of environmental effects that they're facing, cold weather or otherwise, we're gonna have a buffet for them to choose from, right? And keep our deer healthy.
Yep.
All right, hey, let's get to work.
Okay.
Sound good? Let's go. This is gonna be fun, and I think that this is a very obvious aspect of land management. When people start talking about managing land, the involuntary thought is, hey, I'm gonna plant a food plot. It's a very short-term, one-year plan when it comes to trying to provide a better opportunity for your ecosystem, your wildlife, and your habitat. We'll work the property edges as well. We wanna be able to get into these food plots. We wanna keep them manicured around the edges. We're gonna be using a backpack sprayer from Oregon. It's a 20-liter sprayer. So this is a great big backpack sprayer. It has straps, you strap it right on your back. Has a hand pump spray to it. Just making sure that, you know, we're taking care of our investment here. All right, buddy, we got it done.
Yeah.
So what did we do?
We tilled the dirt.
Till the dirt. Did you have fun doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got quite a bit done. I'm really proud of you sticking with me here. So, hey, what's our next step? Do you remember? What are we gonna do now that we've tilled it?
Seeds in it.
All right, we probably need to use a planter to do that, don't you think?
Yeah.
All right, well, we got some work to do. These deer, they're waiting on us, so we better get after it.